If you have ever wanted to customize your volume panel, set different levels for different applications, play multiple audio sources at the same time, or get more control over your Samsung phone sound, then this good luck model is for you. It is the sound assistant, and today I'm going to be taking you through everything it can do. So welcome and welcome back to the Doitright Tech channel, where I take you through everything tech. And if you've been following the series, you know that I'm covering every single thing that has to do with the good luck models, one by one, and explaining exactly what it is that each one can do. So if you've missed some, kindly check the top right corner here. You're going to find my good luck playlist in that top right corner there, and over there you find more good luck setups. But if you don't want to miss the following ones coming, please don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, let's go. So first and foremost, what is the good luck? Because you might be a new person or you already know it. But if you're new, the good luck is actually an application for Samsung phones that allows you to customize your phone to greater extents, talking about visuals and even productivity wise, even in this case, your volume. So without wasting much time, let me show you how to quickly get it. And if the example I show you does not work for you, check that playlist. You'll find other alternatives that I provide there. So you can just swipe up, go into your Samsung Galaxy store, and then look for the good luck. You're able to install it from there. On that note, let's dive right into the video. So you're going to go into your good luck like this, and you're going to scroll down and look for the sound assistant. So there we have it, and you tap on it. In here, there are several categories, and we're going to be considering them category by category. The first one we see here, which is customize volume panel, helps you to customize how your volume panel works. Okay, so currently when I press my volume button, this is what I see. I can tap on this and I see my panel like this. There is no extra feature underneath it. It just looks that plain. When I come here under customize volume panel, I'm able to toggle this on first and foremost, and we're going to see how it transforms it immediately. It still looks the same when I tap on this. We can see that we've got few extra things underneath here. We're going to see how to do that quickly. In here, we're able to come down here and tap on customize. After tapping on customize, there are a few things we can do. With this on, we're able to move it to wherever we want it to be at. Then we can tap on right to keep it on the right, or left to keep it on the left, like that. If we want to show the volume level, that's 30%. As you can see there, this is what we use. Either than that, it's going to be off, so we can toggle this on. The next thing is dual app volume. If you want dual app volume to work for you, this is what you need to turn on. What is dual app volume? This is actually a secondary volume that gives you control over your volume in different applications. Let me just quickly show you. If I come here into YouTube and then I press the volume, this volume is for the entire media volume. But when I press on the volume, I can tap on these three dots up here, and you can see for YouTube there's another volume there. That there is the dual app volume. All right, so when that feature has been turned on, you could actually have it show in this space only if the volume of that application is lesser than 100 in this case. So let's come here. When I select this and I come here and I reduce it for YouTube. Now when I press the volume, you can now see the dual apps right there. But if I turn off dual app volume, now when I'm even here and I press on this, I'm only going to see this unless I tap on this and I can come here and now trigger it. That means it's never going to show when I press the volume button. So if you want to be able to see the application's volume, you want to toggle on dual app volume. Then if you want a floating window like that for your volume that you can tap on instead of always pressing or triggering it with the button, you can have that right there. Then when you tap on this one again, you actually get to sync the location of it. That means that the volume toggle is going to show is the exact position this is going to be. If you don't keep it there, I can keep this here, and when I tap on it, the volume is rather going to show here. But if it's synced, then when I tap here, the volume is going to be right there. So that's how to use this very feature. All right, then we can come to the extended mode, because this one is just a single mode. So when we come into extended mode, we can see right here there's something we call Bluetooth metronome. I'm going to explain it later on. You can decide to turn that on from here, then it's on. If you want to show the two bar functions, which are right there, you can do that. And if you want to show the app volumes, you can show that, or you can remove it from there. So this is everything you get under customize volume panel. But what if you want to change how the volume button itself looks? As you saw, it still stayed red throughout the time. So to change the look, we come into make your own volume panel. In here, once you toggle this on, you're now able to play around with what you see there. So we can create something like this. Then with that, you can come here and play around with the colors that you get. You've got this, that, several different colors that you can select. And then when we scroll down, we can get the texture. If we want an acrylic texture like this or a mesh texture like this, whichever one we want, you're able to select it. Then the control type, you can do that here, and the shape of it. If you want a big one like this, you can, and when you trigger it, it's going to look like that. If you want a slim one like this, you can, and the trigger looks like that, and the trigger looks like this. So whichever one it is that works for you, you can select that to customize the look. All right, and this is under the Flex UI, but when you come down here to theme, you're able to now pick different themes from here, or tap on plus to go into theme pack to customize your own theme. By tapping on this, you come here into theme pack. So if you want to learn more about theme pack, you can check my card up here. I have a video that shows you everything about theme pack and customization of your icons, your quick panel, your theme itself, and even this volume panel. All right, so we go out of here. Then we come here into this category, which is more volume settings. Here, we're going to be looking at individual volume apps. Once you tap on this, these are the most applications that have their own volumes. You can play around with these and keep the volumes exactly where it is you want it to be. But note that when you keep this volume at any point, you are only saying that the next time that you enter that particular application, it should have these volume sets. If you go in there and you change the volume, these volume sets here are going to change. Let me show you. So we went into YouTube here, and then we're going to tap on this, and then we're going to bring it to 79. Here, it's going to switch now to 79. If I move this to 629, when I come inside here and try to toggle the volume, it's going to be at 29. So whatever you change here is going to change here, and whatever you change here is going to change there. So you just need to know which case you want to use it. Maybe you're about to step out, you want to keep all these volumes low, you can, so that they don't jump at you during the meeting that you're possibly going to stay in. When you tap on this, you're able to remove some of the applications from there. Other than that, you can just keep everything the same. Or you can hit on plus and add other applications into the mix that you can control their sounds also. So it's that simple with the individual app control. Then under here, again, we can see control media volume. When you toggle this on, anytime you press this volume, it's not going to be controlling the system volume. It's going to rather be controlling the media volume. So let me show you. If this is turned off and I press that, you can see that is a system volume. But when I select this and I press the volume button, it's now going to be controlling the media volume itself. You get it? Now, next we're going to be looking at media manner mode. If iPhone users say they turn one mute button on and then it turns everything to mute, that's what you've got here. If you turn the media manner mode on, when you go here, inside here, and you set this immediately to mute, when you try to turn the volume up, you find out that all the volumes have gone to 02. So with media manner mode on, a change in the form of mute or silence of the system volume would actually affect all your multimedia volumes. So basically, that is it there. Yes, then we come to the next feature here, which is change step volume. Sometimes you go to press your volume, and as you're pressing the volume, it keeps increasing very wide. So it takes time to increase the volume. You can come here into the media. You can see any press I do adds 10 to the volume. So I can control that with this. If I set it around 5, like you can see there, now when I press it, it's going to be increasing by 5. You can see that right there, 60, 65, 70, and so on and so forth. If I set it to 1, every press is going to only increase it by 1. So here you're able to set the steps of your volume presses. And that's everything under more volume set. We come down here into media key button. Now, this is also a very simple one. Here we've got control music with volume key. If you are a type of person who wants to be able to hold down on your volume up button to skip the music or volume down button to go to previous, you can actually get this done here. So what you're going to do is come here, and then when you toggle this on, you're able to select whether up is going to be for previous song and down for next song, or vice versa. Once you've selected it, whenever you are inside your lock screen, you're now able to use your volume button to control the media by pressing and holding down. But note that if your screen is on this way, you're playing on your phone normally, then that feature is not going to work. So with it turned off, we can actually read it right here. It says that press and hold the volume key to go to the next or previous track when your screen is locked or turned off. So you know the space in which that works. Then we come down here to favorite media app. So here, you're able to select a particular application that you can trigger using the multimedia key on your headphones or something. So if you've got some kind of earbuds or cabled earphones that has a media button and you want to be able to configure that media button to launch a certain application, this is where you do it. So when you select this way, you're able to pick that application, for example, Spotify. It means that with Spotify selected, if I toggle this one on here, whenever I hold on that media button or media key on that headphone or Bluetooth device, it's going to launch the application and the music or whatever media is there is going to be played through that space. We come down here to external audio devices. This is a very important one. The first option we have here is Bluetooth metronome. Now, this is a simple but very important thing. What it is if you have some kind of Bluetooth headphone or something in those lines, and sometimes as you're watching videos you see the mouth of the person move before you hear the sound or vice versa, this is where you fix it. So what you're going to be doing is listening in your ears while this thing moves around. Anytime the arrow falls on the red line, it's actually going to say out loud the number. Once the number gets said, try to match the time the number gets said with the time you hear it. And you're playing around with this, you're able to now adjust it to have that sound configured right. So sometimes there are Bluetooth headphones or earphones or speakers that have those delays, and this can be used to fix it. All right, then here we've got advanced settings, so we can jump into advanced settings, and here it's alert through headphones. So what it means basically is once you come inside here, you're able to select which of these alerts should come through your ears or through your Bluetooth device if you have them on. So if you want your notifications to come into your Bluetooth device when you have them on and connected to the device, you're going to toggle this on. If it's alarms, you do that. If it's ringtones, you toggle that on. So it's very simple when it comes to this advanced feature. Then the next one we're seeing here is maintain media volume while using navigation. This one is for my folks who use the Android Auto and all that. Sometimes the navigation sound just jumps at you. If you want to be able to keep all these sounds in check, then you need to toggle this one on. So with this toggled on, whatever volume you set would stay the same even when you are using the navigation option inside your car. Now, where this is practical is sometimes you're seated in your car, the navigation sound comes and then lowers the media you are listening to. Once it's done, the volume can sometimes just crank itself up. To avoid that, you want to toggle this on so that you don't fall victim to wanting to increase the sound when the navigation voice is actually speaking. Here we've got the final category, which is sound and vibration effects. Simply here you're able to customize your vibration by tapping on the screen. So what you're going to do is you can come here into ringtones and configure a certain vibration for yourself, or come here into notification and do same. So here I can tap on more vibration settings and pick one of these. Let's say I pick heartbeat, and then I can increase or decrease the volume of that vibration. Or I can come here and create a new one by tapping on this. And then high if I want it high, and then low if I want it low at a certain point. And when I'm done, I can stop it and play it for myself to feel it. So yeah, basically it gives you different vibration strengths to control and create your own vibration pattern and style for yourself. And that's what you do here. Then here we've got the concert hall. Now this one just gives you a very airy concert-like space where there's going to be reverbs and vibrations in the audio that you would be getting through your speakers. I find it gimmicky, so I'm not even going to waste my time on it. Then the next feature is the voice changer. This one you can actually turn on for basics like recording of videos and recording of voice notes where you want to change your voice to sound a bit different. There are several options here. So here we're able to hear different types of voices that you can set one of them for yourself. And when you go into your phone to use your video recorder, use it. And if you go to do normal recordings, it will use it. I'm going to show you quickly. Also here, you're able to come here and customize your effects. the way you want it. So you tap on this and you can pick either of these and tweak or play around with them. So in here, when I select something like little girl, and then I leave the space, come inside here and start a recording, you can see camera is using voice changer. So that option shows you that the camera is actually using the voice changer that you selected. So take note of when it is that you want to use that. For me, I believe it's for content creators who want to kind of disguise their voice or want to put on some kind of a persona during their shoot. And it's a helpful tool for also recording of voice notes. All right, so that one out of the way, the very final one, which is multi-sound. Now this is actually a fantastic setting. Sometimes you're playing something like YouTube, and I'm going to quickly demonstrate. So sometimes you're playing something on YouTube like this, and then you open TikTok and immediately it pauses that one. If you don't want this to be the situation affecting you, because playing this where it pauses whatever you were watching by virtue of you playing another media, then this is what you need to do. Inside here, you're able to pick the YouTube, for example, or whichever application you want to still be able to play their audio even when other audio applications are opened at the same time. So in this example, we're picking YouTube, and now with YouTube picked up, you see that when I'm inside YouTube, you can see that as I'm playing on YouTube, should I open TikTok and then it starts playing, we're still going to have this still not pausing. And basically that is what that is used for. So this here allows you to select an application that will still play its audio despite the jumping in of another media playing application. That is everything that is inside the Sound Assistant Good Luck model. This here easily offers you some of the deepest audio customizations available on smartphones, giving you far more control over volume control, Bluetooth devices, media playback, vibration patterns, and overall listening experience. If this is actually one video that was helpful to you, please don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. And let me know in the comment section which sound assistant feature are you going to be setting up first. But without wasting much time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.